Hey folks, we got another viewer writing in trying to decide between Nikon and Fuji. And I think that's often a current dilemma these days because the Fujis are offering such great value and you can still get really good deals on Nikons. It becomes hard to decide which way do I go here. Let's see what we got. We have an email from Craig Irwin. Craig's writing in and he says, "Hi Matt, first thanks for your YouTube videos, lots of info. So I'm looking to buy my first higher end camera. Most of my photos will be landscape, street photography, my dogs, family. I have no interest in shooting weddings or events. I would love to print, frame, and hang my photos around my house as well. I'm twisted between full frame versus APS-C. I don't think I want to go with anything smaller. My budget is $1,500. I'm currently looking at the Fuji X-T20, the Nikon D5600 or 72. I think I prefer the 72. And the Nikon D750 finding used. Can you give me some advice here? I know you're super busy and get millions of these type of emails, but any help would be super appreciated. Thanks, Craig." Well, thank you for your question, Craig. I think a lot of people go through this dilemma. The problem is, or what makes it complicated, is that APS-C, the crop sensors, are so good these days, there's not necessarily a clear reason why you need to go full frame. And really, you get a little more high ISO, a little bit better performing sensor, but they're so close that for most people, the performance isn't an issue. And then the other thing which full frame really gives you is the ability to use your full frame lenses in their native format. So in other words, a 24 is a 24, a 70 is a 70, you know, crop factor applied. That also, with the lenses and the full frame sensors, you get the ability to have a shallower depth of field and easier to attain an out of focus background. So these are aspects of full frame that people like. So it's hard. I myself tended to lean more towards smaller and lighter these days. And the Fuji X-T20, which I think I have around here, there we go. That's the beautiful X-T20 right there, is a great option. For $1,500 budget, you can get this with the 2.8 to 4 kit lens. I think that's the 18 to 55, the 2.8 to 4 kit lens. Stellar kit lens, probably the best kit lens ever produced and sold with the camera, at least in recent years. It's beautiful. And this little guy on here is the 50 f2, the new one. I'm just trying to remember pricing, but I think for $15, you could get the X-T20 with the kit lens and add that 50 f2, which would give you a stellar kit. Because that kit lens is phenomenal. You could shoot with that all day long. And then the 50 f2 gives you something a little faster if you want to use it as a portrait lens or anything where you want some shallower depth of field or that you just want a faster lens for, low light, things like that. Very hard to beat this guy. You didn't really mention video, but this also does 4K video, which gives it an advantage over the other cameras you're looking at. It's also totally cool camera. And it's got the movable LCD. Not a full vari-angle, but it does move. I really like this. It's probably my favorite camera to date from Fuji. 5600 versus 7200. You said I think I prefer the 72. I would totally agree with you there. I prefer the 72 myself, unless you're shooting video. If you are 50-50 on video and photo, or more heavily into video, the 5600's movable vari-angle screen is a no-brainer right there. But if you're mostly into photos, the 72 is the better camera. It's got the dual command dials. It's got just better everything basically about it. Dual card slots. Very nice camera. So between those two, I will go 72. Now, and then you've got the 750 listed there, and I think I would rule that out based on your budget, because finding it used, I think you're going to eat up most of your budget there, and then what's left for lenses. So that would be my reason for ruling out the 750 here. What it comes down to for me is X-T20 from Fuji or the 7200 from Nikon. Both very good, very capable cameras. Which one would I go with? I will go with the X-T20 because for me it's very important to have 4K video, and I also like smaller and lighter. And I'm absolutely tickled with the X-T20. I love this little guy. I really like the 50 f2 lens, and I love the 18 to 55 2.8 to 4 kit lens. So it's a great kit for me, and it hits your budget. What do you guys think, though? Do you agree with me? Would you go X-T20? Would you go with the D72 and a couple of lenses? Would you go with the 750? And then bear in mind, you wouldn't have much left for lenses. Let me know in the comments below. Let's help out Craig. Let him help him make his decision here on which way to go. And thanks for your question, Craig. Thanks for tuning in. We'll stay tuned. Thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned. We'll be back soon here at artoftheimage.com.